Welcome, STEMgineers, to STEM to Stern, the podcast where curiosity meets critical thinking. Join Chauntée and Jake as they discuss STEM topics that spark debate and exploration.
This is Chauntée.
I'm Jake.
And today's topic is, how does time travel work?
That's a very tricky question. And it's been like demonstrated in so many like science fiction movies, and it's done
true.
in different ways and has different rules.
It's a lot of different roles. I also feel like we participate in time travel and not realizing that we do.
We do.
So tell us about that, because I want to know what you think.
Can think of like when you go to sleep at night, a bed is like it's like a form of time travel in a way. Or like this chair.
Dreaming?
Yeah, because like you're like, oh, you wake up and then like, oh, it's like it's
where was
now.
that? Yeah.
Or like this chair. This chair, you could say it's a time machine, but it travels at the same rate as normal time. You can kind of think about that like that.
Whoa. That just blew my mind a little bit.
I know, a little bit.
I was thinking more like I can start somewhere, and if I get on a plane and fly to another time zone, like let's say we're in Eastern time zone, but if we go to like California, technically we're going backwards. Technically,
yeah.
In time, right?
I mean, right now we're discussing like not like science fiction time travel.
Yes, I know, but I just want to know, would that also be considered time travel?
Kinda. You could think about it that way.
Or like going back to a different.
Or you just go over the international dateline multiple times.
Just drive around and around.
It's like, oh, I'm in the 1800s. Oh no.
But like in some of these movies that do have time travel, I think again, the concept is shown so differently. Like you have the very beginning of time travel movies, like
Back to the Future.
I knew you were going to say that.
Okay.
And probably there might be people on here that haven't seen it, but the concept of that, like, do you feel like it was properly shown, or like properly in the science way?
Well, like it goes back to the whole idea of like, if you go back in the past, does the things that you affect in the past, does it affect the future that you return to? Or like every time, I'm a big fan of the idea, kind of like a quantum mechanics interpretation, where like each time someone travels into the future, the past, they create a separate timeline.
And that's more like the Flash concept.
Exactly. Yeah. And so like you don't have to worry about like the grandfather paradox and all that.
Right. That whole time travel stuff that, that's in some of the Marvel movies. But like, I feel like the Flash, like, every time he would run to time travel, he would make a new timeline. So you have all these timelines. I
like that. It's less messy.
Yeah.
Less messy. I like that.
The concept of like running faster than time is basically what he's doing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that like his way of time traveling?
Well, like, yeah, there actually is a thing in relativity where it's like if you travel faster than the speed of light, then there's some theoretical equations, something like that, where it tells you like, oh, it means you're traveling backwards in time.
Oh.
So there's some weird stuff. There's some weird stuff in actual science that, lends itself to that topic.
I'd be curious to know, anybody's thoughts on that. Like, do you have a way that you feel like you're time traveling? What ways have you time traveled? And also, like, what is your favorite representation of time travel, whether it's in comic books or movies or whatever? We would like to know. I would like to know.
Tell us in the comments.
Tell us how you're feeling about it. And we will respond.
Thanks for tuning in to STEM to Stern. We hope today's episode got you thinking. If you enjoyed the discussion, subscribe and share it with others. And be sure to check out our show notes for free resources and links that go along with today's episode. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring, STEMgineers.